Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the natural world and the challenges it faces. I'm your host, David, and I'm glad you're joining me today. As we take our first steps on this journey, let's head to the coast of England, where a shocking story has been unfolding. Imagine walking along a beautiful beach, feeling the sand between your toes and the wind in your hair, only to be met with a sea of tiny plastic beads stretching as far as the eye can see. This is exactly what's happening at Cambers Sands, where a massive spill of microplastics has devastated the local ecosystem. The story begins with a malfunction at a nearby water treatment plant, operated by Southern Water, which released thousands of tiny plastic biobeads into the environment. These beads, used to treat wastewater, have ended up on the beach and in the adjacent Rye Harbour Nature Reserve, a haven for over 4,355 species of plants and animals. As we delve deeper into this crisis, we meet the dedicated team from Strand Liners and Nurdle, who are working tirelessly to clean up the mess. Armed with a specialized beach cleaning machine, they're racing against time to remove as many biobeads as possible before they cause further harm. The machine, designed by environmental scientist Joshua Beach, uses a combination of vacuuming, sieving, and separation to collect the plastic beads, which are then recycled into sheeting to fund future cleanups. But the task is daunting, and the team faces numerous challenges. The biobeads are not only harmful to marine life but also break down into smaller pieces, leaching toxic chemicals that can affect animals' hormones and reproductive systems. Local residents have already reported an unusual number of stranded animals, including seals and a porpoise, although it's unclear if these deaths are directly linked to the spill. As we walk along the beach, we're joined by Tamara Galloway, Professor of Ecotoxicology at the University of Exeter, who explains the devastating impact of microplastics on marine life. Microplastics overlap with the prey item size of many marine organisms and can enter the food web, with the potential to transfer contaminants into cells and tissues, she warns. The situation is indeed dire, and the cleanup efforts are hindered by limited funding. The team from Nurdle hopes to return after the next spring tide brings in more biobeads, but they need financial support to continue their work. Meanwhile, local MP Helena Dollimore is calling for an independent investigation and demanding that Southern Water takes responsibility for the spill and funds the cleanup. As we conclude our visit to Cambers Sands, we're reminded of the urgent need for action to protect our oceans and marine life from plastic pollution. The story of the microplastic spill at Cambers Sands serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of human neglect and the importance of preserving our natural world. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David. As we continue our journey through the natural world, we turn our attention to a fascinating and somewhat unsettling story from the United States. A Washington resident has been hospitalized with a different strain of bird flu, known as H5N5. This marks the first known human infection with this particular virus, and it's a development that has caught the attention of health officials across the country. As we delve into the details of this case, it's essential to understand the broader context of bird flu and its impact on human health. The individual in question has a mixed backyard flock that was exposed to wild birds, which is believed to be the likely source of infection. This highlights the complex interplay between domestic and wild animals and how they can sometimes facilitate the transmission of diseases. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but David, isn't bird flu a threat to human health? And that's a valid concern. However, according to experts like Richard Webby, a prominent flu researcher at St. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the H5N5 virus is not believed to pose a greater threat to human health than the more commonly known H5N1 virus. In fact, most human cases of bird flu have resulted in mild illnesses, often affecting workers on dairy and poultry farms who come into close contact with infected animals. The distinction between H5N5 and H5N1 lies in a protein involved in releasing the virus from an infected cell and promoting its spread to surrounding cells. Think of it like different brands of car tires. They both do the same job, but each is better suited for specific conditions. This subtle difference might influence which types of birds are more readily infected by H5N5, but the exact mechanisms are not yet fully understood. As we navigate the complex world of bird flu, it's crucial to recognize that this virus can infect a wide range of animals, from birds to mammals like pigs, cattle, and even cats. And of course, humans can also become infected when they come into close contact with infected animals. This underscores the importance of being mindful of our interactions with the natural world and taking necessary precautions to prevent the spread of diseases. In recent years, bird flu has been detected in various bird populations across the United States, and it's even been found in dairy cows for the first time. This serves as a reminder that the boundaries between human and animal health are often blurred, and that we must adopt a holistic approach to understanding and addressing these challenges. As we conclude this segment of Nature Walk, I encourage you to stay informed about the latest developments in bird flu research and to appreciate the intricate relationships within our ecosystem. By doing so, we can foster a deeper respect for the natural world and work towards creating a healthier, more harmonious coexistence between humans and animals. Welcome back to Nature Walk. As we conclude our journey through the natural world today, I'd like to take you on a fascinating exploration of some intriguing discoveries made by our listeners in Ireland. From rare fungi to curious spiders and interesting insects, we have a delightful array of observations to delve into. First off, let's venture into the realm of fungi with Jane Touhey from Dublin 14, who discovered a peculiar fungus among her strawberry plants. This bright orange basket-like structure is none other than Clathrus ruber, commonly known as the red latticed stinkhorn. What's particularly interesting about this fungus is its unique life cycle, starting as a white egg that develops into a smelly, olive-brown structure designed to attract flies for spore dispersal. The remnants of this process leave behind the striking red lattice we see here. Notably, Clathrus ruber has been rarely recorded in Ireland, making Jane's discovery all the more special. Next, Anthony Woods from Dublin reached out to us with an inquiry about what appeared to be baby millipedes emerging from an acorn he was planting. These tiny creatures, identified as spotted snake millipedes, are recognizable by their pale color and distinctive red spots along their sides. These spots aren't just for show, they're actually glands that release a protective, pungent fluid. Interestingly, the millipedes Anthony observed were not babies but full-grown adults, as they only reach up to 15 millimeters in length. As burrowing millipedes that feed on dead organic matter, their presence indicates that the acorn might have been compromised and unlikely to germinate. Moving on, Eithne Robinson shared with us her encounter with a funnel-shaped spider's web during a hike above the Healy Pass on the Beara Peninsula. The web in question belongs to a funnel-web spider, likely Coelotes atropos, characterized by its tubular retreat with a silk collar at the entrance. While common in parts of Wales and England, there seems to be a lack of records for this species in Ireland, making Eithne's find quite noteworthy. Roche from Dublin also got in touch with us about an unusual growth on acorns from an oak tree in St Enda's Park. The peculiar structures she photographed are known as knopper galls, caused by the tiny gall wasp Andricus quercuscalicis. These galls result from a chemical signal released by the larvae of these wasps, which alters the growth of the acorns into the distinctive, helmet-like shapes we see. The life cycle of these wasps is quite complex, involving 2 generations and different host trees, adding another layer of intrigue to Catherine's observation. Lastly, Joe O'Neill from Wicklow sent us a query about 2 spiders he found in his bathroom, which at first glance seemed similar, but upon closer inspection showed significant differences in size and body shape. These spiders are both female daddy longlegs, Fucus phalangioides, with the larger one carrying its eggs. A unique defense mechanism of these spiders is their ability to vibrate their bodies rapidly when disturbed, creating a blurred effect that deters predators. As we wrap up today's Nature Walk, I hope you've enjoyed this journey through the diverse and fascinating world of Irish wildlife as much as I have. From rare fungi to the intricate lives of spiders and wasps, each discovery reminds us of the complexity and beauty of nature. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world.